The Chinese issued a stern warning to Donald Trump on his trip to China not to get involved with Taiwan because they said that they plan eventually to take Taiwan and they're going to take it one way or another, either peacefully or by force. And they told the United States not to get involved or there'll be a lot of problems with our relationship. And they spent a lot of time at the Trump summit talking about Taiwan. But President Trump seems to think that he has enough of a relationship with Xi Jinping and China that they would not invade Taiwan while he's there. Maybe after he's out of the presidency, then they would invade Taiwan. And I don't know if that's 100% true, that they may be getting ready to invade Taiwan even before then. And though they did show respect to President Trump and treated him with respect and very polite with him, they seem to have more respect for Vladimir Putin. And Putin had no problem invading Ukraine, and China will probably have no problem invading Taiwan the same way Putin went into Ukraine. And though they were respectful to President Trump on his trip, they seemed like they made clear that they're better friends with Putin and Russia than they are with the United States. They have more respect for Putin than they do for President Trump. And they also, in a very subtle way, snubbed Trump a few times to make that point clear. They snubbed him a few times. He was in the Chinese garden having tea, and Trump asked the Chinese leader, what other world leaders have come here? And the first thing he said was, Putin was here before you were here, which I view that as a very subtle snub right there. And the other snub was that the second that President Trump left, they rolled out the carpet for Putin. Putin came in immediately after Trump left. Then they started to welcome Putin would be coming right after him. So another snub. And there were other snubs too on the trip. You have to look closely to see them. And they probably don't view them as snubs because it was so subtle. It was so subtle the way they did these snubs. And that tells me that if Putin gives his blessing, that the Chinese will probably invade Taiwan. And they may not wait for Trump to be out of there. And Trump thinks he has this beautiful, great relationship with the Chinese, but you can't trust him. And they clearly, on the one hand, were showing respect and being polite, but on the other hand, they were snubbing him in a very subtle way that not everybody may have even picked up on those snubs. And they made clear that they are hell-bent on taking Taiwan. And if they do take Taiwan, that will be just like the Strait of Hormuz with the gas prices. I mean, this will impact the global economy and the U.S. economy even probably more than the Iranian war because of all the pharmaceuticals that get made in Taiwan and all the tech, all the computer chips that get made in Taiwan, and many, many other products that come to the United States that get imported from Taiwan, clothing items, all kinds of stuff. So the prices, just like the gas prices, are being affected by epic fear in Iran. A Chinese invasion of Taiwan before Trump is finished will be devastating to the U.S. economy and the global economy. It is of concern. And looking at the stern warning and the snubbing, it realistically could happen any time. It could really happen any time at all. And it is of concern, especially the economic impact of it.